National Republican Senatorial Committee puts out memo saying, oh, the Specter's an opportunist. And, we can still beat him. We got him. We got him on the ropes, man. Don't worry about a thing. But that memo was sadly backpedaling and transparent. But what can they do? They just got devastated, right? But, of course, here comes the real fun when Michael Steele gets involved. Because Michael Steele is going to move those chess pieces around. I can't get enough of that interview where he said, I'm a strategist. I moved the chessboard around. And he just moved the chessboard around for them to lose the 60th Senate seat and be in a devastating minority, right? So let's let him move the pieces around here in this interview and see what he's got for us.
Senator Specter had very few options at this point. He had stepped on the toes of a lot of Republicans with his vote on the stimulus bill, which was a core principle for us in terms of our views on economics. And admittedly, a lot of Republicans weren't happy about the end of the Bush administration in terms of putting in motion this bailout process. But to have the senator confirm that really, made it tough. And so primary challenges coming ahead for him. I think he also saw a tough re-elect in a general election. And to me, this was not a question of, all of a sudden I found principles as a Democrat. This is about political survival. And this is about, taking advantage of an opportunity and moving a little bit closer to where he's ideologically planted. That's perfectly fine. But, from our perspective, I think this is less about, some philosophical issue as it is more of a political survivor issue. And, and the fact that he would say that, President Obama's spending package, the $780 billion in the stimulus and the budget made him realize he's a Democrat. Well, if spending the hard-earned dollars of the American people and redistributing their wealth and moving towards a collectivist socialist approach to government, if that helps you realize you're a Democrat, then good riddance. And I know the Senate Senatorial Committee made it very clear that they were going to support Arlen Specter and endorse him. Senator Cornyn went out on the line for this man, and for the senator to effectively flip the bird back to Senator Cornyn and the Republican Senate leadership, that the team that has stood by him, who went to the bat for him in 2004 to save his hide, to me is not only disrespectful, it's just downright rude. I'm sure his mama didn't raise him that way, and it's a shame that he's behaving this way today.
Did he give you a heads up on this?
No, not at all, which is another form of disrespect that I don't countenance. I mean, at least give me a call or give the party leadership a call and let us know this is what I'm thinking, this is where I'm going, so that you can be prepared. Now, I'm not one to be caught flat-footed about these things. You get on your toes and you respond as quickly as you can. But again, I think it shows a lack of respect for a party that he has pushed to the edge in terms of his votes and in terms of the arguments he's made in support of this administration. And I think that right now he is where he belongs. And if the Democrats don't beat him in the primary, we'll take care of him come the general.
Oh, yeah, of course you will. Yeah, I know. Hey, tough guy, tell me more about how you're going to rack up victories. By the way, so far under his reign, there's been 2 elections, and he's lost them both. Michael Steele, because he's moving the chess pieces around, right? All right, look, a couple of things. In the beginning, he talked about this is political survival. That part is true, right? And then, of course, Michael Steele, being who he is, got absurd. His mama didn't raise him that way. That was just rude. Him switching parties is a bit rude, I guess, but I don't think that I would characterize it that way. Then he says, good riddance to him. That's productive, right? That's smart. So what if Susan Collins and Olympia Snewa also switch parties? Well, good riddance to them, too, and good riddance to the 200,000 people who switched parties in Pennsylvania alone. Is that your constructive solution in moving the chess pieces around? So you said good riddance to a majority of the American people? And I love how he did a Freudian slip, and instead of saying Senator Cornyn, at one point he said Senator Corner, because he is presiding over a dead Republican Party. And he says, look, that was a disrespect to me. I don't countenance that. Really, Michael? What are you going to do about it? What's your big response? And he said, you won't catch me flat-footed. Really? Well, what just happened? I thought he caught you pretty flat-footed. And in fact, you're now an inescapable minority. Way to move the chess pieces around, Michael. On top of it,